Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Cutler's Dolphins going up against Tyrod Taylor's Bills.
Thank you, Larry. Winter just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage lower than the offensive lineman. Getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a third and about 5. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go.
Taylor will throw. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 21-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Ohio.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Fights free at the 5. A swing pass caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Jones. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll begin the drive with a Giant. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Ajayi probably happy to see Buffalo. Everyone remembers last year in the 2 games against him, he ran for 214 yards and 206 yards.
The 4th most in NFL history against one team in a single season. And the Bills have prided themselves on their run defense.
No.
On 2nd down, here's Cutler. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And down he'll go at the 25. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Third down now following the completed pass. Now it's Ajayi. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run for it with Ajayi. Ajayi's going to go. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ajayi, 76 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Bills' offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now it's Taylor. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. William Hayes. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, Taylor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got to find a way to win. It's the Bills coming in at 6-7, going up against the Dolphins, who come in at 4-9.
Thank you, Larry. Winter just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field, just south of Buffalo, New York, in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On second down, Cutler. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and it's third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Cutler. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And him running the spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
In his 3rd year now, here's the punter, Matt Darr, to kick this away. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go! Ryan 38! Back round! Let's go!
Again, it's Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here we go!
On 3rd down, Taylor. He sets up the screen to Jones. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Jones. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On second down, here's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he hits his running back, Matt Forte. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And there's Tyrod Taylor doing what he does best. Look, he's taken a few lumps along the way, and some people haven't believed in him. But this is where he excels, outside of the pocket, making plays.
As prolific with his legs as any quarterback in the league?
I would say yes to that.
And now a first down following that long gain. Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Eight yards to go here on second down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down. Come on. 57 fight. 57 fight. Flex round.
They'll go again to Jones. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Taylor now to throw on third down. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Here we go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. From the gun on third down, Jones. And he fires one, but incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards. In the red zone this time. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it with Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
To throw on third down, Taylor. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Here's Jones, operating from the gun, being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They run again with Ajayi. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Jones now, off play action. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Raekwon McMillan in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. Flushed out right. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes, back at the 4-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. This is Ajayi. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. With it is Brown. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware of ball making.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Taylor. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will make it 6-0. So that's their 3rd trip to the red zone, but all they have to show so far is 2 field goals.
Tough sledding in this game for the offense. They get to the red zone. Normally you count on a minimum of 3 points in each red zone trip. Not so far in this game.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Here we go!
On 1st down, Jones. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and his eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Come on, let's go.
This time Taylor will throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Taylor sliding out of the pocket. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Jones off the play fake. Going deep here for Stills. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. Jones. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devontae Parker hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Holmes. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio.
Again, it's Taylor. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. William Hayes in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Let's go. Ohio.
Taylor. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 32-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Still going. Now he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Here we go.
They send Stills in motion. They run with Ajayi. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. Off play action. Rolling to his right. And Fasano here brings it in. And he'll be knocked down sideways. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Back now in Buffalo. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Jones looking to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Davis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, Jones. Now he'll escape to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 9 on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. So 2nd and 10 here. Shift together here from the D-line.
Come on, let's go.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Let's go.
Now Taylor back into his end zone. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now he'll escape to his right. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Jones now off the play fake.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from LSU, Tre'Davious White. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers Broncos with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And he'll give it here to his running back. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Throwing Jones. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. And no, they can't connect on the pass. So that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Dolphins, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.